Good morning, Hammers and England fans. This is our second stab at a West Ham edition of Claret and Booze. Look, we're not going to become fully agnostic yet until the football kicks off. So at present, we're going to stick with the West Ham players. Although, can we really be unbiased? I don't know. I don't know whether I can do it. I will try though. I will try. I think on Sunday, when we do our live show, that'll be a bit different. But as it stands for the moment, let's focus on everything West Ham centric in the World Cup. As always, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please drop a like on the video and subscribe. Why not subscribe? Hit that bell notification icon as well. We've got loads of shows coming up. We're going to be doing previews of the games. We'll do the odd watch along as well, and we'll be doing post match shows. If you're new to the show, we do phone-ins where you guys can call in, talk to us, and talk sport, uncensored talk sport style. That's and very disorganised. So yeah, but I think that sort of adds to it. Okay, so we have got 6 players going to the World Cup, and we have got 6 players because Nikola Vlasic is still a West Ham player. It's going to be very, very interesting to see to see how he does. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch him. I don't know what the deal is with Vlasic and Napoli. Whether the loan deal, there is an obligation to buy or an option to buy. Whether they can just do it without our say so, I don't know. But the rumor is there is a 13 million fee agreed that they're looking to trigger in January. I know there's been some stories coming out counter to that, but look, I'm not being funny. If Vlasic does light up the World Cup, there'd be Torino would be fools not to push on with that. And that for me, could you imagine if he does have a good tournament, and his value ends up skyrocketing? It's just another nail in Moyes' coffin, isn't it? Maybe that's what he's out there doing. Maybe he's kind of he's following Vlasic around, hiding in bushes, just poisoning his lunch and stuff like that. I don't know. He's probably a little bit nervous. He should be nervous. He should be, Mr. Moyes. Mr. Moyes. Don't know why I'm calling him that. So that's Vlasic. But before I run through the rest of the games, disorganised as ever. England face Iran on Monday at 1 p.m. Very crappy kickoff time. Let's face it, for most of us at work. On Tuesday, we've got France versus Australia. So look, very unlikely that Areola is gonna feature, but keep an eye on it anyway. You never know. On Wednesday, we've got 2 games. So we've got Morocco versus Croatia. So we've got Aguerd versus Vlasic. So that will be an interesting one. It's 10 in the morning though, so I don't know how many people are going to be able to watch that, but I'll certainly be keeping a close eye on that one. On Wednesday, we get to see Thilo Kehrer. Germany face off against Japan at 1 p.m. So that's two games. We get to see 3 of our players. On Thursday, we've got Brazil. We've got the big one, Brazil versus Serbia. All of us are very keen. That's a 7 p.m. kickoff. All of us are very keen to see how Paqueta, our record signing, performs in his natural environment in that team. Playing in his strongest position for Brazil. I can't wait. Can't wait to see that one. On Friday, it's a big one, 7 p.m. England versus the USA. So that's going to be a decent one. Look, we know Declan Rice is going to be a mainstay. He's first name on the team sheet, isn't he? He really is. He's fantastic. So he's going to feature throughout all of this. On Saturday at 4 p.m, France versus Denmark again. I doubt very much Areola is going to be playing. Sunday at 1 p.m, Belgium face Morocco. This is the following Sunday. They face Morocco. So we get to see Aguerd again. Sunday, you've got Croatia versus Canada. That's at 4 p.m. And Sunday at 7 p.m. It's a brilliant game, that is. You've got Spain versus Germany, where we get to see Thilo Kehrer again. So plenty of games that we should have a vested interest in. I don't know how many of you are interested in this World Cup. I'm trying to get myself motivated for it. I really am. I'm not really interested yet, but I'm trying to kick it off. I'm pretty sure that once the football starts, especially if we play well, look, it's a football tournament. You know, I'm not going to get into the political side of it. Gary kind of nailed that the other day. I'm not really going to touch on that. The only thing I will say, which I thought was quite funny, was it's outrageous, but it's funny. They've waited until the fans have got out there, and they've that's it. They've said no booze in the stadiums. What are they? It's a farce. It is an absolute farce. It just keeps getting worse. It keeps getting worse out there, and it's very elitist, the ban, because it's only the people in the corporate areas they can purchase booze, but all of the others, all of the little minions, you know, the standard fans, no, you're not allowed to have a drink. You're not allowed. It was just such a bad idea. It was. But look, anyway, we're here for the football. We're here for the football. These players that have gone over there, they didn't select the venue. You know, where it was going to be played. And whenever England plan anything, I want us to win. Okay, so I think we've got a very winnable group, to be honest. England versus Iran. We've got to play. I think we'll do them. I think we'll breeze past them. No issue at all. It's not going to be a problem. We always tend to do very well in the group stages anyway. And then obviously we've got USA. I can't profess to know much about them. I know they're improving as a nation in terms of football, but we should be beating them. So yeah, I don't see too many issues for us, to be honest. I think we're going to progress through to the next stages. So I think we're going to be in this for the long haul. I hope so. Anyway, I hope so. We've got a decent group of players. I'm very concerned about the defence, the England defence. You know, there's a lot of controversy over Harry Maguire being taken out there again. But look, I suppose when you look at it, it's kind of I wouldn't have taken him. But then the answer is, who do you take? You know, who would you take instead? And there aren't that many choices. Not really. I think the likes of, you know, maybe Tarkowski and Connor Cody, they've kind of been in form. But then you look at their position in the table, they're below us, Everton. They have been playing well though. Tarkowski has been playing well, but I don't know. I don't know if there's that many options. And I think the Germany game aside, I don't think that Maguire's let England down too many times. I don't think he has. So I can understand the Man United fans being in dismay that he's been taken. But yeah, and he's going to play. Maguire's going to play as well. So we've just got to hope that he gets himself together and he stops making mistakes, because if he does, that is not going to help our cause at all. It's definitely a weak link. It is definitely a weak link defence. I'm keen to see how he sets up. I'd like to see him go for it, but he's very Moyes-ish, isn't he, Southgate? He is, and it's a crime. I know you might think that's funny considering how far we've got in tournaments previously, but I just think with this group of players, we should be playing different football, a different style of football. So this tournament is kind of understood that it will be Southgate's last, because if he bows out early, that's it. He'll be gone. If he doesn't get to the final, he can't keep on going through that cycle. And if he wins it, he's done it. He's done what he came to do. So I think this will be Southgate's last chance at a tournament. So yeah, I hope he does well. But the next manager, I really hope they do bring someone in with a little bit more of a footballing philosophy that fits this group of players. You know, we've got an outstanding batch of certainly attacking talent, and I think that's what we should be doing. We should be playing on the front foot. We should be giving other teams questions to answer. But yeah, I hope we do. Generally, we do all right in these tournament competitions. We've got to hope for a decent draw. I think, like we've had in the previous two tournaments. I think we need a good path through the tournament, because he doesn't do very well when he comes and faces off against one of the powerhouses. Generally, he doesn't. You know, Southgate, he does tend to choke a bit. Even though we should really have won that. We should have won the final against Italy, but again, it was kind of, I don't know. I think they were there for the taking, weren't they? He just kind of choked. I don't think we'll ever have a better opportunity to win a competition. It was mad. Let's hope he doesn't repeat the same mistakes if and when we get into penalties. And talking about penalties, that's one reason why I'm kind of sad we didn't take Ivan Toney, because I don't think there's a better penalty taker in world football. I don't think there is. He's ridiculous from the penalty spot, and that's a fundamental part of the tournament, right? It is. Generally, a lot of these games are going to be close. Quite a few of them are probably going to go, especially in the latter stages. Quite a few of them are going to be going through to penalties. So that would have been it would have been useful. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have took Callum Wilson. I think that's a good shout as well. But yeah, I don't know. I feel sorry for Tony. I know there's the betting story, going around, but I don't know. I think it was. I think we've missed a boat on that one. Hopefully, it doesn't come back and bite us in the arse. But what are your thoughts anyway? Are you excited about the World Cup? Are you? Are you the same as me? Are you kind of half keeping an eye on it? And because I am. I think it's a farce. I think the whole thing is ridiculous. I'm normally bang up for these tournaments and really excited, but I don't know. You see these videos circulating on YouTube with the fans that have been paid to be vocal supporters. Did you see the England ones? Did you see the "It's Coming Home" rendition? It's proper cringe, isn't it? It ain't good. It's not good. Yeah, there are fans in the World Cup from all nations, not just England, that have been paid by the Qatar state to be positive, go out there, sing on command, and it's fucked up. It is the most weird situation, this is. But again, it is football. We've got to get behind it. I think it's both tragic and funny at the same time. It's ridiculous. It is. How this has been allowed to happen is beyond a joke. And it keeps getting weirder. Like I say, they've fans have come over and then they've banned booze. What's next? I dread to think. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are anyway. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm going to have to get into this as well because I don't have the same passion for England as I do for West Ham. Nowhere near. I don't. But I think that will grow. I think that will grow as the tournament grows. I'll get into it. So stick with us. I think the group shows will be better because I think we'll sort of bounce off of each other and we'll get callers on and hopefully there'll be something interesting to talk about as we go, football wise, to talk about as we go through the tournament. But it's not going to be easy. Especially because of the circumstances. And I know there's an awful lot of fans that are not going to be interested in this World Cup. Certainly not initially. There's people pushing back against it, and I'll get that. I'll get that completely. But I'm going to be here if and when you choose to do anything. You've got myself, you've got Gary, you've got John. We're going to be here. We're going to be inviting guests on, and we are going to be covering the World Cup. So I'm not expecting good views on these videos or anything like that, But look, I think it will grow. I think it will get better as time goes on. We've just got to get used to it. Like I say, I'm very off the cuff. I kind of go when I talk about West Ham, you could stick me in front of a screen and I could talk for 2 hours non-stop. I have to cut myself off when I do my rambles. I don't even have to think about it. I don't script anything. It's all there. All comes from the heart. Whereas, with England, it's a little bit different. I'm going to have to probably get a little bit more creative, but we shall see what happens. Anyway, look, I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, like I say, please stick around. I think the phone-in shows are going to be good as well. So certainly after the games, they're going to be interesting. So stick around. Try and stay interested. I am still going to be releasing West Ham news. The branding will kind of dictate and detail what type of video it's going to be. So if you don't like what's on the tin, then don't eat it, sort of thing. It'll be West Ham branding for West Ham and England branding for England. Okay, so yeah, I hope to see you again soon. We're going to be coming back on Sunday for our booze up, and again that'll be kind of England driven, but we don't know how it's going to go. We'll probably end up talking about West Ham again. We always will, especially if there's news, which we're all hoping for. We're all hoping there's going to be news. See, I've done. How long have I done here then on this video? I've done 14 to 15 minutes. I don't think I've spoken too much about Moyes, have I? I don't think I have. I must have. He's ingrained in my brain at the minute. But yeah, I did try to sort of cut him out. He even snuck onto my thumbnail. I don't know whether you noticed. But yeah, so that's it from me. Just a very short intro from me into what we're gonna be doing. Obviously, Gary done a video yesterday where he touched on some other bits and pieces in relation to the World Cup. Which I'm going to try and avoid going near. I've got to be honest. I'm going to try and stay away from the political side of it. I'll take the piss out of it, but I'm not going to get into the political side of it, to be honest. So yeah, that's it from me. See you on Sunday, and yeah, that's it. Come on, you Lions. Bye.